Oh yeah, that background's not distracting at all. Hey everybody, my name is Ben. I'm a video marketer with a specialty working with B2B and SaaS companies. I haven't done a video in a minute, but I'm back. I just recently wrapped up a consulting gig for Salesforce where I helped them relaunch a YouTube channel and develop new content for it. Definitely recommend you check that out. It was a great experience, and actually I might do a little video talking about it in the near future. But in the meantime, the reality is I'm on the search for my next opportunity again. And that means job hunting. A lot of people have recommended that I use this thing called AI. Am I saying that right? AI? Obviously, generative AI and LLMs have been in the forefront of the technology conversations for far longer than 6 months at this point. I've been using AI tools like ChatGPT or Google's Gemini to help me customize and tweak resumes for a while, but I never really seem to have a lot of luck with the process. I'm not going to pretend that I'm some AI guru expert that knows exactly what I'm supposed to do with the prompts. Maybe I wasn't using the tool right, but the reality is I wasn't getting more feedback or callbacks than I was with just machine gunning out resumes. I was kind of underwhelmed. But let's talk about Gems. That's Google's new AI offering that they're calling an AI assistant within Gemini. They announced it at their I/O event last summer, and they're available now. I've been tinkering a little bit with them, and honestly, it's kind of bringing a spark back to my interaction with AI. In a nutshell, Gems go beyond standard generative AI by performing customized roles in a customized way directed by you, the user. Roles like a career guide. Naturally, the career guide thing caught my attention, so I dove in. One of the main things that differentiates Gems from your usual AI conversations is the way you set it up. I won't go too in depth here, but this is where I design my ideal sales coach. Explain truthfully what I desire in my next role, how I'd like my gem to interact with me, and some of the things I find particularly off-putting about the whole job hunt culture. You can also edit it later if you need to make adjustments. This is essentially an extended AI prompt, so this is your opportunity to be genuine, self-reflective, thorough, because then your gem is going to be more likely to be successful at doing what you're asking it to do. From there, I thought a good starting point would be asking Gem to help me update my resume. As I mentioned, I've done this with AI before, but this felt like a much more natural, enjoyable process. My conversation with my Gem flowed logistically, it asked me for input, and it never steamrolled my personality. I also felt very comfortable asking it questions. It was a very follow the bouncing ball type of experience, which I really appreciated, but there were some other perks that I wasn't expecting, like keeping me on task. At one point, I got too hyper-focused on getting links to work in a certain way on my resume, and my Gem told me in no uncertain terms, it's time to move on. And I know Gemini is just a computer, but it was surprisingly good at keeping my spirits up. My Gem was a really good wing bot. For example, when I was stressing that I might not have enough classical writing skills to apply for a lot of the job postings I was seeing, Gem was like, "What are you talking about? Of course you do." And it reframed my skill set in a way that made me feel more confident, and suddenly those job listings weren't as intimidating. My Gem also required less hand-holding than my regular conversations with Gemini. It knew my personality more, it could recall parts of our conversation more regularly. Also, it had a more genuine personality. I know I programmed it, but it never felt eye-rolly or saccharine. Of course, there were a few snags, like it didn't always agree with itself on best practices for resumes. But the worst part is when it would entice you with a feature and then be like, oh wait, I can't actually do that yet. A big caveat to all this, Gems are only available on Google's advanced Gemini tier. I got a sample of it through my new Pixel 9, but after that, it is a $20 a month charge, which seems a little steep to me. So are Gems going to revolutionize the way that you job hunt? Maybe. Are they an improvement over your regular conversations with Gemini? Definitely. Is it worth it? That remains to be seen. For me personally, until I get that role or I land that dream job, it's just a fun experiment. But I will say it has made the experience a lot less soul-crushing. But then again, I'm just getting started with Gems. There's a lot to learn and some that could blow my mind in the near future. I'll certainly report back. And what about you guys? I'd be curious to find out how you're using AI tools in your job hunt or your career. If you have any tips or recommendations, I'd love to hear them. Please comment. In the meantime, I'll be making more content soon. Please check back. I've been Ben, you've been awesome, and I will talk to you soon.